We welcome you to another live edition of the Sports Box, brought to you by our sponsor, Showcase Sports in Hamilton. Showcase Sports for the elite athlete. And by our friends over at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and check them out at www.crowdplayapp.com for details. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show that always makes you nice and warm and fuzzy. Only on the Sports Box Network. This is Teeing Off. I am Hamilton Mike Galletta, along with my partner in crime, the golf pro at Trump National Golf Course in Ariel, New Jersey. That would be the one, Dave Cartwright. David, what's up?
What up, Mike? Excuse me, getting choked up here. Emotional, Masters Sunday. So now all good. So looking forward to chatting about some Masters. RBC Heritage down in Harbortown coming up. So all good.
Yep, nice little plate for you. We got some, like Dave said, Masters review. We'll talk about the upcoming tournament. First, obviously, want to throw a big shout out to our boys over at CrowdPlay. Make sure you sign up with the box. Sign up, get 10 free points. You're going to need them because it's tough. If you're in the Hamilton area, check out Showcase Sports for the elite athletes. Stop in there. They will hook you up. They'll take care of you. They will help you out. And, of course, Dave Birnbaum, buy, sell, or rent with Dave in the ReMax Community. You're in the South Jersey area. You need a home. Bought, sell, or rent. Call Dave up. He'll take care of you. So we talk about Masters, Dave, this week. And, Garth Patrick first sending out. Hey, what's up, Garth? Thanks for tuning in to us. We appreciate it.
What's up, Garth?
So the Masters, nice Masters, always exciting, always thrilling. And I put some stuff down here for you. I want to put down some notable missing the cut.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks Koepka, obviously with an injury, missed the cut. Daniel and defending champ Dustin Johnson. What happened to Dustin?
Excuse me. You know what? I think he was, it's only 5 months after he won the Masters, so I don't think he was kind of mentally in a spot where to defend his championship. I think he's still riding high, honestly, from his Masters win, back in November. So, he's playing decently going into that, not playing a ton. I just don't think he was mentally prepared that matter probably with his game either. So maybe it was just the fact that he was looking at it and, still riding high. And again, it was only 5 months ago that he won it. So. Yeah.
And one that I didn't put on there and I should have put on there because it hurt both of us in our predictions.
I didn't want to bring it up, but
yeah, I can't. But he laid an egg on the second day. He just went totally belly up and
terrible. Yeah, played terribly on the second day specifically.
Yeah, and I know obviously we don't play at that level. On the first day, you go +2. You think these guys would want to battle back and try to save the cut. I mean, I think he was +3 after the first day, and then he went, I think +7 or +8.
I think he shot 78. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, him and Adam Scott at least saved it till the third day, and then went belly up. But hey, it is the Masters. These guys will be back. I mean, it's not a big deal to them, but you'd like to make the cut. But Dustin Johnson was a big shock to me. He really didn't play well at all. So, but the winner of the Masters, Hideki Matsuyama, the first 2000 or the first Asian born player to win a PGA major. This is not only big because I think he deserves it. He's really paid his dues and he's really been close a bunch of different times. But this is huge day for Japan. I mean, you talk about 90% of that country is involved in golf somehow, way or another, watching it or playing it. I mean, this for the PGA is like hitting the lottery right now.
It truly is. No, it was a great win by him. It was a great win, for Japan. It was a great win for sort of Asian golf, international golf for that matter. Myself as a PGA professional, it's great for worldwide golf. It truly is. Just little tidbits about Hideki. You're absolutely right. So Hideki actually won the Asian Amateur twice and played in the Masters when he was, I think, 17 and 18 years old. So this wasn't Hideki, hasn't won in 4 years. But believe me, this is no fluke. He was a top 6 player in the world, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago. Has won everything under the sun in Asia, in Japan, even won on the PGA Tour. Just hasn't playing well recently. That being said, this guy is a stud and had the pedigree to win. So
yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't a mistake.
Mike Velarde sending a big shout out.
How are you?
Hey, Mike, thanks for watching. We appreciate it as always. But yeah, listen, Hideki Matsuyama, for people that watch golf all the time, he's definitely a DraftKings guy. He's definitely a guy that you put in your lineup most of the time. A little expensive at times, but that just proves his worth. I mean, he's a good player. He's a solid player. He's consistent. When he's on, he's on, and when he's off, he's off. And here's a guy. You know, the last day, Dave. You know, the back nine at the Masters is just vicious to guys.
Absolutely. No, it's
yeah. When you hit amen corner, it's like you're holding on for dear life. It's like, you know, you're just trying to play conservative. I think a lot of guys do, and just try to hang on to leads. They don't play over aggressive. But to Hideki's credit, he really went, I may say it, balls out. He really stayed the same style he was from the opening round of the fourth to the end. He just played that style. He just said, I'm going to go for it and see what happens. And it really worked out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think along those lines, I mean, and we predict this. We talked about this on the show last week. 10 under won it, and DJ won it at 20 under last year. So it's a completely different golf course, playing firmer, faster, much more challenging. You know, somebody like Bernhard Langer, who actually, I think, finished top 20 last year. You know, a guy that's 58, 60 years old. He wasn't competing in this event. It was playing too tough for, you know, the older guys to compete in it. So, excuse me, that being said, Hideki truly won it, and I have to give a shout out to our colleague Paul McGree. Mentioned this last night, but Hideki won that after the rain delay on Saturday. It wasn't Sunday.
Yeah,
it was not Sunday. He went eagle, birdie, birdie, coming back out, taking advantage of the soft conditions. It was a completely different golf course after that rain delay. There were only about 5 or 6 groups left on the golf course for that. So, and that's when he won it Sunday. Listen, he played solidly. But at no point did you ever really feel like he was going to lose it. That being said, Xander hit a terrible shot on 16 we can talk about. But Hideki truly took advantage of the soft conditions on Saturday night. So
yeah, and yeah, that's amazing to me. When I saw the rain delay, I'm like, oh, this is going to change everything. And to his credit, he really stayed the course. He really picked himself up, got himself rolling again, and got into that zone where he was, like you said, it was – he was moving along at that round 4 with a clip. I mean, that really, like you said, nobody was touching him. He was pulling away from people. But with that said, my boy Will Zalatoris, he was up there. He's making some headway.
He is. I tell you what, a great story. I know he's one of your DraftKings studs, but he's the basically his background is, so he was a Corn Ferry Tour, which our viewers know is the minor league. As you said, hadn't missed a cut on the Corn Ferry Tour, for about a year. And long story short, was second on the Corn Ferry Tour, I think, points list, which got him to the U.S. Open last year. There was no qualifying because of COVID. Got him in the U.S. Open, finished tied for 6th, which got him into the Masters, got him into a couple tour events. Since then, ironically, he still doesn't have his tour card, even though he just won $1 million at the Masters. Obviously, that he's going to make plenty of money to make his court to have his tour card. But I'm talking about a guy that was 18 months ago. Minor league golfer. He has all the talent in the world, but he was making $50,000, not $1 million on the golf course. So go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I got too soon. He's an amazing story, and I'll give you this stat too. He's the only player on the Corn Ferry Tour and the Web.com Tour before that, which went back a while.
Sure.
Did not miss a cut on the entire event tour. And there's a lot of events on those tours. And he's the only guy to enter every event and make every cut, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yep.
But
he's got he's got all the talent in the world. It's not it's not a mistake that he was there, but he was playing minor league golf basically 14, 15 months ago.
Yeah, and Adam Sandler tweeted out that he respected him, and if he ever needed him, he could from the Happy Gilmore days, because he looks just like the caddy in Happy Gilmore. So if anybody saw the Masters, he looks pretty much just like him. So hats off to Matsuyama as well. Zalatoris made a big run, but the other 2 guys that I have up here that we're going to talk about is Justin Rose and Xander Schauffele. Now, Justin Rose was leading after 2, and the third day he really kind of put in a clunker. But the 2 days, all you heard about, and I think the Masters hype might have got to him, that here's a guy that's been a runner-up for a long time. Here's a guy who's made a nice charge before, and he just came out in day 3 and just really just did nothing. I mean, second day, I think he shot even par. So.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Justin Rose, but the first round he shot 65. The course average for that first day was 74 and a half. So he beat the field by 9. I mean, nobody was, it was 4 under, I guess was the next score, but nobody was sniffing 65 in the day. So he lapped the field. I mean, that was a phenomenal round of golf. Obviously couldn't close. He's won the U.S. Open at Marion, 2013. He just hasn't, listen, top 5 guy in the world all the time, but not a Sunday. It's just not a closer. He certainly is not a closer. So
it's a shame. Nice guy, hell of a workout ethic. If you ever go on YouTube, you can check out his workouts and how hard this guy. I mean, this guy really puts time in. It's coming. I mean, whether, like you said, he gets over that hump or not, and ends up, winning something like a Masters, but he ended up 7th, fell back a little bit. I mean, Mark Leishman too. Mark Leishman, a guy that really nobody talks about being Australian and all, plays in some events, didn't play a lot this year, but Mark Leishman had a really good 2 days, but then really kind of fell back a little bit, ended up tied for 5th with a lot of guys. But yeah, and our boy John Rahm, I don't know, he made a late charge last day, -6, must have got some sleep.
I tell you what, he was with having a 2-month-old at home. I was shocked that he played as well as he did on Sunday. So good for him. He was, he played okay the first 2 days, made the cut, and then he got 65 in the final round, and again lapped the field. I think top 5 after that. So
best score in the last day, -6. I mean, he really tore it up. A little late, but Jordan Spieth, and I talked about Jordan Spieth being a little bit high. I guess the egg's on my face. He tied for 3rd. He kind of stumbled in certain spots with the putter. I think he could have played a little bit better, but I mean, overall, for a Masters event, I mean, hats off to Jordan. He played really, really well, tied for 3rd with Xander. Maybe we've seen a resurgence of Jordan now. Maybe Jordan is going to prove me wrong and really have a hell of a, the rest of the year.
I think Jordan's back. We talked about it on the show. We felt pretty good about his game and where he was, but we didn't feel he had quite enough to win. He almost, like I said, put egg on both their faces and almost won the thing. He kind of made a mini Sunday charge. I mean, for what it was about 3 or 4 back, but playing great. Is he back? He's pretty darn close. I mean, is he going to win a wager win a major? Over the next probably 12 to 18 months? Absolutely. I think
his putting has gotten better, because that's what he was really missing the boat before. He was 2 and 3 putting holes a lot, and you can't do that on the tour. You have to. A majority 1, it barely 2 if you're going to survive on the tour.
And then just to touch upon Xander, like you said, he was my Sunday DraftKings choice. I think plus 250. I liked where he was. I know he was 6 back, I think it was, but made a charge, and again on 16 made a triple. I was talking about it a little bit last night. Hit a cut shot into a draw pin. For right-handers, that's kind of right to left. Should have played in the center of the green, and kind of used the the Sunday pin there to get it closer, instead hit a cut, and I guess got caught up in the wind and tripled the hole. So that was it. That was a golf tournament there. Not that I think he was at that point, he was 1 back, 2 back. So
I mean that too. That what Augusta I've learned is, besides it being a beautiful course, I mean it really causes some challenge. You really got to know where you're going there, and that's why guys, when they play it for the first or second time, they really struggle. Even guys played it a bunch of different times. You really got to, you take a shot and you get aggressive there. That's fine. But man, if you don't hit that spot where you're supposed to be, even a little bit of spin back I've seen on 16 roll right off that hill, right down the hill into the water. So, yeah, I mean, it's a treacherous course. And look, when they get into the back, that's when it gets exciting, because guys fall back or guys move ahead. Guys forge forward. The year 2019, a Tiger won it. I always say this before, Tiger, I think, was the smartest person out there, because, unlike Tony Finau and Italian, I'm forgetting.
Molinari.
Molinari. I don't know why I can't remember on the top of my head, but Molinari and Finau were going at it back and forth, and they took chances. They took a lot of chances in that back, and then they lost. They put 2 in the water, and Tiger, even though he was far away from the hole, he put it in a spot where he knew he was going to get on, and all he had to do was putt it. And that's what he did. He played smart the last 3 holes. Didn't win by a ton, but he won enough to win it. And that's what you got to do at Augusta.
The experience of knowing the golf course. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But Xander, like you said, I was rooting for Xander too to come on a little bit. I mean, he was pushing, and I don't like tournaments the last day that a guy pulls away. I mean, like Tiger, he won by 12 that year.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
It never really was. I hate to say, you know, you knew Hideki was really, there was no point that I said, you know, he bogeyed 15. He had the second shot over, but ended up making 6. There was no point that you said, okay, this guy's going to choke, or this guy's going to lose it. I mean, you're absolutely right. It was exciting, but Masters Sunday is usually traditionally a little more exciting.
Yeah, so and I think Zalatoris gave in a little bit too. I think he bogeyed 14, I believe.
Yeah.
But, you know, listen, the kid was 9 under. I mean,
what a story.
First shot at the Masters, I mean, 9 under. That's not too shabby.
Yeah.
So, Anthony Amidio coming in. So much for Augusta being
a little shot of Bryson there.
Yeah, well, Anthony, you know what I know. Augusta's a beast of a course, and that's the Super Bowl of golf. So it is what it is. So, Dave Anderson says Dave hates lights. So.
Sorry, I was brighter when I started here. Turn the lights up a little bit.
It adds a little mood over there. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see the bags under my eyes, so we're good. Yeah,
good. You don't really appreciate sleep till you don't get it. I always say
that's
that.
right.
Yeah. So, again, good Masters. Some of the other guys notables, Tony Finau, even part of the last day. You know, Cameron Smith, who I thought would play a little bit better than he did, -2, ended up 10th. Suwoo Kim. Webb Simpson 12. We talk about your boy Colin Morikawa. You know, not too good.
Again,
well,
he was
a late charge, is what he was.
Yeah, and he was unfortunate. November was his first time playing Augusta, so he's 4 or 5 Masters from really knowing that golf course and winning. I mean, he can, but
yep. Sports Box host Anthony Amidia says he's playing Harbor Town in 2 weeks. So I can't wait.
Good.
Anthony, that's
Good
okay.
segue.
I don't want to go, Anthony. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I must have missed a voicemail when he called. So
text message, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think you faxed it over.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, my fax is broke. So that my 8-track. So Masters. Listen, Masters. I'm happy it's back in April. I'm happy it stayed in Augusta. And we'll see next year. Hopefully, back on track, getting more people there. That was another thing with more people there. That was a good thing too. I liked having at least somewhat of a gallery there for crowd noise and stuff like that. It felt like golf again.
It did.
So moving on, next week is the RBC Heritage at Harbor Town Golf Links. You've been at Harbor Town, Dave. Can you just tell us a little bit about the course?
I haven't played the golf course. I've been in there anyway. Yeah, Harbor Town, one of the I believe it's the shortest golf course they play on tour for the men. So what does that mean? What does that? Obviously, it's more of sort of precision golf course. People aren't a lot of the players aren't hitting tons of drivers out there. Sort of brings the whole field into it. It doesn't certainly, your short hitters are, I don't say they have an advantage here, but they have less of a disadvantage at Harbor Town. So, been an event for, I think, about 40 years. Actually, strong field is traditionally after the Masters.
Yep.
We traditionally don't get too strong of a field, but again, DJ's playing Morikawa. There's very strong field for a week after a major, for sure.
Yeah, obviously Hideki's not playing because he won the Masters, so he gets to take the week off. But a lot of guys that played last week are right back at it again this week, which is really good to see. And this is the kind of event that, like you said, big field. You might not heard a lot about the event, but it's a good event for the tour. It's right in behind the Masters, so you get back-to-back good tournaments. Yeah, I like the field as well. So, so we can give our picks. We're going to go top 3, Dave. We'll do our winner, and then we'll do an extra dark horse.
Okay. Excuse me. Go ahead. You want me to go, or you want to go first, Mike?
I'll throw it off. I'll throw it out here.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to throw Abraham Answer in there. 30-1 shot. Up and down kind of guy. I think this is his kind of course. It plays into him a little bit. I think he can score well here. I'm going to go with Corey Connors. I know he struggled a little bit at the end last week, kind of threw in a clunker, but he's great off back-to-backs, if you could believe that. I know he's played a bunch of events this year. Him and Adam Hadwin have been playing really well for Canada, so I'll throw him in there. I'm going to throw Daniel Berger in there this week, because I think Berger, even though he missed the cut last week, he can come back, he had a little bit of a rest with 2 days off, had a little bit more time to think about it. He can definitely make the cut and get up there. And for the winner, and I'm probably going to take a bath for this, hopefully not, but I'm going to go with Patrick Cantlay again. I mean, he didn't make the cut last week. Got a little bit of time off. I think he's going to bounce back this week. He's been a steady player most of the year and a DraftKings bombshell. So I'm going to put him back in there, and I have him as a dark horse to win.
Okay. I like it. I'm going to stay away from Cantlay just because he wasn't a good luck for us last week. So missing the cut at the Masters.
I figured that.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So we'll go kind of my top 15, top 20. Well, 3 picks. Somebody, University of Georgia guy, again, not a long hitter, fantastic putter. Again, Harbortown has the smallest greens on tour. Brian Harmon, who played great over the weekend at the Masters. I'm going to go with your boy at Happy Gilmore's caddy, Will Zalatoris.
Will Zalatoris, there you go.
And my winner, Englishman, Matt Fitzpatrick, didn't play too well at Augusta, but again, is playing great at Bay Hill, played great at TPC, so he's had a great year. Obviously, Englishman full-time on the PGA Tour now, so he is my pick to win. And a dark horse, not necessarily as far as odds-wise, a dark horse. Somebody that's won the Open Championship, go Shane Lowry. So the Englishman, the Irishman, excuse me. So
I like it.
Shane Lowry, I think he's about 5,000 to 1, something like that. Not 5, plus 5,000, excuse me, 500 to 1.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who was that again? It was
Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry, 40 to 1.
41.
40 to 1. That's not bad. I didn't give you dark horse, so I'll go out on a limb here. I'm going to go with the Harris English.
Okay.
So I mean, he's some good money, 50 to 1. I'll throw maybe a 10 spot on him. If he wins, I'll be living large. But he's struggled a little bit lately, but that's okay about that. So obviously, Dave, you're not getting out to many playing many courses with the baby at home. So I'll ask you this: what do you think is besides Augusta, the best course that these guys are going to be playing in the upcoming weeks?
A good question. So we have. I'm going to throw Kiowa out there, where they have the PGA Championship in May, and it's not a regular tour event, but the Island course at Kiowa, who sits right on the bay in South Carolina. There, hosted a Ryder Cup, hosted PGA Championships. So again, tough golf course. Sitting on the bay, so kind of as the wind goes, that's how difficult it is. But classic golf course, and it's tough, and I see him struggle on there. So
there he is. Guest appearance.
There he is. So
is he swinging the driver yet, or just the putter?
Nah, just the putter. So okay. He's him and Paul McCree have a match next week, so we're going to see who's wins.
Oh, I'm taking your son. Yeah, with you getting 50, I'm still taking your son.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. All right, bedtime.
So I'm going to go with, and I think it's on the schedule this year, Whistling Straits.
Okay, the Ryder Cup, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a course that definitely is one to watch. Now, I want to get to this too. So, are you a Pebble Beach guy or are you a Spyglass Point guy?
No, Pebble Beach all day long. Yep, Pebble Beach.
Because I've heard Spyglass Point is a very tough course, but if you want to get some scenery, you got to go to Pebble Beach.
To Pebble, yeah. I think it's more holes on the ocean, on the Pacific there at Pebble. So I unfortunately haven't played either, but I think Pebble is you get your scenery at Pebble. So I'm not going to turn down an invitation to play either of them. So.
Well, I think you have to stay at the hotel, I believe, if you play. It's like $400 a night or something like that, and there's a wait to get there too. So I mean, actually, I want to play. What I'd love to play is the Greenbrier, and I don't know. I've been trying to get reservations down there for a while now, but I know it's very tough. It fills up pretty quick. I think they book a year and a half out. So
I think 3 golf courses down there. So
yeah, that's definitely something I want to play is get to the Greenbrier. So. I mean, 5 minutes left, Dave. You want to open it up? The floor is all yours. Whatever you want to roll with. You want to talk about
I guess
how ready to go I am on my tour.
So Mike's got to. He's we got to talk about Mike and his debut on the Philly Metro Amateur Tour. Did I say that correctly?
Oh yeah, Philadelphia
down at the Short Club over under. For I think 84. What Vegas has.
Ooh. Oh, taking the under on that. Come on, 84. Man, you're giving me no credit at all here. Jeez. You want me to do some push-ups or something? Come on now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, you know what? Sorry, just hot in. That's already went down to 80. Already went down to 80. So.
What, Paul McCree take it down? He took that down?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
he took the under all day long.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'll take it between 80 and 84. I'll be happy if I get between 80 and 84. First time out. I know it's going to be a little windy down there. So, and I know that course is a bear to begin with. So
it is.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to get back out there. I mean, with everything I've been through with the surgery in October and, trying to get back to what I was, I'm just happy to get back out there with the guys and do some stuff. So, Anthony wants to know.
Do you teach? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. I absolutely do. I teach it pretty regularly, obviously at the course I work at. So 100%. Yep.
Yeah. So he's going down to Harbor Town. Yeah, I definitely, Anthony, you can get some lessons. I mean, that's probably definitely a good move to do that.
Happy to help. So we have 2 minutes here, but so Mike, I'll throw a question. We can kind of get going after that. But your favorite major, just to watch, just everything about it. What's your favorite major?
Well, I'm going to take the Masters out because that we've talked about that enough. I'll say the Open is probably
okay. Yeah, I'm with you. The Open Championship. I just think that they have a good the rotation of about 8 courses, and it's just it's all weather, and you never know what's going to happen, and it sort of equalizes the entire field, and it's a sort of there's so many different elements in the Open Championship. I think it's fun to watch, and it sometimes make the professionals look like they don't know what they're doing, which is refreshing sometimes.
And what's nice is I like the getting up early for it. I mean.
Yeah, true. You're done by 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, it's over, and they're turning the claret jug over. So,
but then a lot of guys don't think. I mean, say why are you getting up early? That's crazy because all you see in the early morning hours, especially the first day, are I wouldn't say really bad golfers, but the guys that just like you never see, and they're out there and they're knocking the ball around. They're getting 80s and 79s, but it to me, it's just like you said. I love the atmosphere out there, the wind, everything a part of it, the angles they show. It's just a really, really good tournament. I really enjoy it. So I can't. So good. Well, that's another action-packed 30 edition of Teeing Off. We appreciate you watching, everybody out there. Keep your comments coming. We always appreciate them. I'm sure we'll give you updates when Anthony comes back from comes back from Harbor Town. I can't wait to hear that.
Well, the players, TPC again, thrilling. The last 4 or 5 holes is great. Is scintillating golf. So Anthony, well, good call there.
Wow, scintillating. Wow, is that in our vocab?
Scintillating golf.
Wow, do we have that book? Yeah, I guess we're
There's a dictionary behind me.
We got highbrow over here, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for watching Teeing Off as usual. Make sure you're checking out CrowdPlay. If you sign up, put in the box for 10 free points. Our boys over at Showcase Sports, if you're in the Hamilton area, check them out. They are for the elite athlete. And Dave Birnbaum, buy, sell, or rent with Dave in the ReMax community. So another week gone, Dave. We will not be here, unfortunately, next week. We are moving our show up a little bit to 7:30 for the interview with former Flyer Chris Terrian. So that should be
which we may be on anyway. So
yes, Dave might be here. Dave might join us on the show, which could be good. Me and Mike Velarde and possibly Dave. We'll hope and pray. So you might be seeing us next week. So it's a different show. So again, for myself, Hamilton Mike Galletta, the golf pro at Trump National Golf Course in Ariel, New Jersey. That is the one, Dave Cartwright. Thank you for watching Teeing Off. And let me get over here for 1 second. I'm a little bit off tonight. So, but you know what? Yeah, I forgot one thing.
Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I had to show that. I got to get that in there. So, thanks, folks. Appreciate it.
You know what? It wouldn't have been a show if we didn't have it. So I appreciate it.
I put it a little earlier next time. Not wait till the end. So.
I was getting worried there. So thank you.
Have a good one. We'll see you next week. See you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Teeing Off on the Sports Box. Please remember to follow us on all of our social media outlets. On Facebook at Sportsbox Show, Twitter at Sportsbox Show, Instagram at The Sportsbox Show. Find us on YouTube and join Outside the Box, our Facebook sports discussion group. The Sports Box is brought to you by our sponsor, Showcase Sports in Hamilton. Showcase Sports for the elite athlete. And also our friends over at CrowdPlay. Download the free CrowdPlay app today and use promo code THEBOX at sign up for 10 free points. Thank you for joining us.